Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies and welcome to How to Get It Done Locksmith Tips. Miscut transponder keys. It's a reality that we all have to live with. I know I've done my fair share of them. And the question that we have to answer is, what's the best way to extract, to harvest the chips out of these keys? Now, I think it's like a two-sided thing we have to worry about. One is going to be speed and how quickly we can get the chips out, and the other part is how gentle can we be, right? Some methods are you can get them out really quick, but they could also damage the chip, especially like a glass chip. On the other end, we can take too much time trying to get the chip out that it's not really worth harvesting the chip unless it's an emergency. So what I want to go over is a method I found using the Locksmiths transponder chip extractor that kind of balances out the two. You'll see that it's a method that's not going to damage the chip. At the same time, you can get it out in a timely manner. Let's go ahead and we'll zoom in the camera and I'll show you how to use it. All right, now before we start using this Locksmiths transponder chip extractor, I just want to cover and make sure that you're looking out for keys like this CLK H72 that has this transponder sleeve put in just like this. You can see this little top piece. In this case, you wouldn't want to use the chip extractor. You just want to take like an ice pick, dig out the corner, pry it up and get the chip out. Or like this JMA Circle Plus key, B111. It has the same thing right up top here. Now the JMAs, they also have a little hole at the bottom, so all you have to do is take a paper clip, stick it in there, push, just like that, and you can get that chip out. So if you see that, don't use this method I'm about to show you on those, okay? Just use a paper clip or an ice pick. All right, so on this transponder chip extractors is what we got to do here is we're essentially going to cut off the head. All right, I'm going to draw a line here so you can see exactly where I'm talking, right underneath where this key ring slot is. And as what we want to do is we want to expose the inner jacket that's holding the chip. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some bolt cutters. Now I have these big 24-inch bolt cutters. It's just what I have available, so that's what I'm going to use, right? But if you have like a smaller pair, I don't know, 14 or 16-inch or something like that, you can use that as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open it up here. We're going to take this, we're going to put it in, and I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to err on the side of not going too far down because we obviously don't want to damage the chip. But at the same time, we have to expose that jacket. So we'll get it put in just like that. Go ahead and just clamp down. All right, that went pretty easy there. Take that off there, and as you can see, we've exposed that jacket. Now that we've done that, we want to make the distance between the head of this key that's remaining the same distance as the blade. Otherwise, when you go to use this tool, it's gonna pop up the blade and it's not gonna work. So if we take that same distance, and I'd say probably, see, about right there is about the same. So what we'll do here, move this out of the way, grab it, I'm just gonna cut right there on that line. Just like that. All right, I'll move those out of the way. As you can see here, this is what we're dealing with now. We have the inner jacket exposed, and we have this key cut down so it's not gonna bend when we go and put it in here. So we're gonna take our tool here, we're gonna stick the transponder key in, and we're gonna put the blade right in this hole. As you can see right here, and then we're gonna clamp it down nice and tight. Now this does have some holes at the bottom that you can mount it to a bench if you need to. But like I said, I'm gonna use elbow grease here and put it in, and I'll try to hold it so you can see it while I'm doing it. So now that I got it in, I have this tight, so I'm just gonna start turning this, all right? And this outer transponder key is gonna start getting stuck on these different levels here, and the jacket's gonna start coming out so we can grab the chip. So at that point, just like that, we're gonna start moving it. You can hear it kind of cracking a little bit, just like that. And there you go. Now you can see that inner jacket is popping out as I'm spinning it, all right? just like that. So we'll keep it going here for just a moment. All right. Perfect. Just like that. All right, so now we'll just back it off. Take this out. A little farther. Just like that. All right, so now you can see that chip is just right there. So at that point, we can just take like a little screwdriver, pry this last piece off here. All right, just like that. There we go. All right, now that we got that chip exposed, now we can get in there and get it. Now I prefer, like, I know it's tempting to want to dig on that chip, right? But we don't want to damage it. So I like to use just a little tiny set of bolt cutters, and you can just get in there close to the chip. Move it around so you can see there. Just get in there close to the chip. Just like that. And then now you can easily just pry it out. See that? Just like that there. I'll get a picture zoomed in so you can see that. Now we can just take a little screwdriver and we can just pry up from the bottom, no problem, and we're good to go. All right, now let's do an H92. So once again, I'm gonna go and grab my marker here so you can see where I'm gonna cut. And I'm gonna cut right beneath where this key ring big hole is here, just like that. Now, once again, I'm gonna err on the side of cutting too little instead of too much, because we don't wanna damage the chip and we can easily just take off a little more. So as I'm gonna go and grab my bolt cutters here, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get this key put in, just like that. Just like that. All right, now that's a pretty good cut there. As you can see, pretty much that whole jacket is exposed right there, and we didn't take any extra off, which is good. So we know this chip is still in perfect condition here. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the Keyblade. So once again, I'm gonna grab this marker here, and I'm gonna just estimate the same distance between where we cut and the end to here, which I think is probably about right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take that, we'll put it in here, get that blade cut off. Just like that. All right, so now we got our key ready to put into the chip extractor. So once again, we'll take it, we'll get it put in, just like that. We'll hold it nice and straight. Just like that. Now we'll just start turning it. Like I said, you can use if you mount this and want to use like some sort of power tool, that'd be really handy and easy. I'm just gonna use elbow grease here. So once again, we're gonna get it going here. Start turning it. Now the farther you go, the tougher it gets. Right now, as I'm spinning it, it's kind of working its way up, and it's gonna stop right about there that we'll start extracting that jacket out there. So we're almost there. All right. So now we're there. So start turning, you'll hear it you should be able to hear it kind of start cracking. Just like that. Just like that, and it's starting to come out there. Just like that. Go a little more. Okay, so you can see we essentially got that whole jacket out there, so let's go ahead and back it off. And then now we can take it out. All right, so it's got us this far. Down the line here is what we want to do is just take our little screwdriver, just get it in there, and let's see. So that chip's right there. So we'll go ahead and just kind of slide it up. Oh, let me move it so you can see it. So I'm just going to kind of slide it up right there in the middle, as you can see. Oop. All right. So once again, we haven't done any damage. We got this insert, this jacket out that you can see the chip in right there. Once again, now I don't like to get in there and pry on the chip. You can with like a tiny screwdriver like this right at the very top. There's a little slot and kind of get in there and pop it open. I prefer just to take a small pair of bolt cutters and just get in there close to it and just remove the plastic around it, just like that. And then now you can easily just grab it out of there. All right, so that is how you use the Locktech Transponder Chip Extractor. I think it's the perfect balance between efficiency, speed, and not damaging the chip. Now, I do want to point out one last thing, and that is if you encounter a key like a Jeep, like a Y160, where the whole head of the key underneath the plastic has metal on it, you're gonna want to do the same thing, but you're just gonna want to remove the plastic housing around the top of the key. So you have to kind of view the metal key that's embedded into the plastic as that chip insert. So you just kind of cut around it. I'll get a picture and I'll upload it and put it up on the screen right now so you can see it. But that's the one other exception you want to keep an eye out for. But outside of that, I think you'll find the tool nice and easy to use, and you'll be able to save those chips. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.